Why are people mad over EBT?
What me and my kids gonna do? I only got $60 in my food.
Why the f do you guys think that eating is a privilege?
Recently, there's been a video going viral that sparked a lot of debate online. Arguments regarding taxes, EBT, and whether America is creating a culture where struggling financially is not seen as a problem. So the reason that people are mainly mad about this clip is because this is clearly an able-bodied woman dancing about the fact that she has $3,000 worth of food stamps. And the problem is she's celebrating it like it's an accomplishment to be financially struggling to the point where you even need EBT. There's nothing wrong with having food stamps, especially if you can't work. That's why the government provides them for people who genuinely need them. But to celebrate this like it's an accomplishment, like you worked really hard and you obtained something very well, is crazy to me. And she has 2 carts of unhealthy food as well. Why aren't you using your food stamps to buy healthy food? But if we're honestly being for real, I think she's exaggerating the amount of money. I don't think she actually gained 2K in food stamps, maybe, but I doubt it. But this video shows a complete larger part of the problem within our community, the lack of shame. Because in reality, having food stamps is not something to celebrate because it's not a good thing to be financially struggling. However, in the Black community, I guess being seen with the food stamps is now a flex, even though this should be far from a flex. And a lot of people are really mad about this video. And I think it's mainly because of the amount of money that she claimed she gained from it. I don't think she got 3K in food stamps. That card does not look 3K worth of food. Maybe though. Maybe she could have, but I doubt it. Completely, I doubt it.
Oh my God! What me and my kids gonna do? I only got $60 in my food. My food stamps is $60. What me and my kids gonna do?
Maybe you should figure out a way that you can work and obtain the money and stop having so many kids that you cannot financially support. Why are we having 6 kids when we can't support 6 kids financially? Or you could also make the fathers of the children provide for them as well. You weren't the only one there when you made the kid. Now, I don't know the personal circumstances. There could be reasons why the father may not be in the lives of the kids. Who knows? However, if they are in their lives, they should be working as well to help provide for them. Also, if you don't have a job, you can obtain one pretty easily to help provide for your 6 children. The lack of accountability that these people have is actually insane to me. And I'm actually not the only one who thinks this. Ann Taylor said, I expect you to stop having kids you can't afford and get a job to feed the ones you do have. And I 100% agree with that. You should not continue to keep having children that you can't financially support. What's the point of that? That's not even fair. The kids didn't ask to be in this world, and now you're giving them a terrible life because you're being selfish. And then Helen Sexton said, also, why would you go through 6 pregnancies not having any stable income or family unit? 6 pregnancies. That's masochistic, or I guess just the career path she chose. I 100% agree with that.
Like, that's crazy.
What's crazy is the fact that you clearly don't care about your kids enough to bring them into a world where they would be successful.
My thing, it says $60. What is that? I got about 6 kids. What is that gonna do $60? Like, you got to be kidding me right now. Like, I am so tight right now. I really is pissed off. Like,
alright, I'm done with this video, bro. I don't know why she's talking like that. You can be pissed off all you want, but it's clearly your fault. It's your fault. Get a job like everybody else. You're not required to have food stamps. Again, I don't know her circumstances, however, but she looks fine. She looks able-bodied. She looks like she can obtain a job. She needs to take some accountability. 6 kids is actually crazy.
And my public housing, like, what I'm finna do? I done got an eviction letter. Like, what am I finna do? I was living 3 years rent-free. Like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, what am I supposed to do now?
It's honestly, the lack of shame we have is insane to me. And no wonder people are not against EBT, but believe that it should be cut down because we're literally, taxpayers are paying for something that a good chunk of people probably don't need. I'm not saying that no one needs food stamps, but I'm saying that the certain people who should qualify for it should be focused on, not the random people like her or just individuals who clearly can work and obtain a source of income should benefit from. That's not fair to us. That's not fair to us. We could be using that income for other things that would help benefit America as well.
A lot of this SNAP benefits talk really has me up, because why the do you guys think that eating is a privilege? We all need to fucking eat to live. It should be a basic human right.
Okay, food is something that every human does need. I'm not going to disagree with that. But when we say that it should be a right, that's a whole different discussion, because rights are something that cannot be interfered with. This includes freedom of speech or freedom of religion, for example. Like, the government can't interfere with you saying what you want or whatever religion you choose to practice. That does not mean that you should be forcing people to provide things for you, such as food. Again, like I said before, I don't have a problem with food stamps. There are genuinely people who need food stamps because they can't work. They don't have that luxury of working. And now a lot of people are going to hate me for saying that. Like, is it really a luxury? Yes, because if you really don't have the capability to work, then you probably have a physical disability, and that's sad. But I don't believe the government owes everyone the access to food, because that would require taxpayers to fund way more of our income. If everyone in the U.S., you know how many people there are in the U.S., everyone has unlimited access to food. Imagine how much money they would cost. Because again, once you say food is a right, then where does it stop? Is housing a right? Is the internet a right? Is transportation a right? Because then at that point, it's not going to be freedoms. It's going to just be guaranteed products that other people are forced to fund while others don't do anything and just benefit from it. The free riders. And teaching people how to be self-sufficient is way more important, in my opinion, than teaching everyone that society owes them everything for free, because that's not fair. And that's a terrible way and a terrible mindset to live, because then you're going to be lazy, you're going to be unaccountable, and you're not going to want to work hard for anything. So I do get what she's saying. We do need food to eat, but it is not a right, and it should not be a right, because once your tax bracket changes to 50% and you're going to be paying half of your income to taxes, you're going to regret that decision. And I remember there was somebody in my comments when I said this similar take. They told me, well, you probably always had food on the table. You've never struggled to eat. I would say majority of Americans have had food on the table. I would say most of us have had that luxury of experiencing that. Most people have food, I would say, in the U.S. So yeah, maybe am I coming from a source of privilege? Sure, there are people who are poorer than me and struggle to find food and have food on the table. That's sad. I can't say that. But I know the external consequences that would come from doing something like making food a right. Unlimited access to food a right. That would be terrible for the U.S. But what are your thoughts about this situation? Do you understand why many Americans are frustrated with the food stamps argument? Me personally, I 100% understand why people are mad. However, if anyone does want to argue we should get rid of SNAP benefits or EBT, you're dumb for that. We're not getting rid of it. There are genuinely people who can't work, and that's genuinely sad. There are people who struggle very hard financially, and they need those benefits. But I don't agree with people abusing them who are able-bodied and can work and are bragging about it online like it's an accomplishment. But share what your thoughts are in the comments below. If you agree with me or if you disagree with me, open discussion is very important here. And my name is Kavela Jordan. Thank you.